Audience building is out and communities are in. Okay, let me explain. This past summer, I traveled to the Netherlands and to Sweden, and on many beautiful bike rides and walks in the park that I took, it occurred to me that we really are entering a new time in how we communicate with the people around us in our circle of influence. And it's changing. It's changing because what people want is changing. So if you're building a startup or a business, or you have an interest in building profile online with other people, then this is going to matter to you. So the big shift here is all about connection. Connection can be coincidental or it can be meaningful, and it's important to distinguish between the two. Now, when you're part of an audience, you are part of a one-to-many kind of interaction. It's limited by the creator or the entity, the brand, the authority, at the middle, at its core, holding it all together. Now, there can be some variation to this, but it's usually about scale and efficient reach. Now, a community is structured differently. So instead of a one-to-many from one source out to everybody else, suddenly the experience that a member of a community gets takes on exponential possibility. Because now my connection point isn't only limited to what's possible at the center, but now I can leverage that to anyone else in any direction. And it's not just about the quantitative interactions that I can have with others, but now because I can build relationships with others who are like me, because we share common interests, commonalities, perspectives. Maybe we don't share these perspectives. That's the beauty of it. In this network effect, I can benefit from the connections that are around me in this community. There's something very special about the genuine bonds of familiarity and interaction between others, the active participation. And that's the difference. That's the difference you need to understand between whether you're building an audience for yourself or if you're building a community for everyone else, because this affects your role. Now, when you're building an audience, you're in the middle. You're in the driving seat, and this is your show. You are right in the middle of that fulcrum point. But when you're building a community, you take on the role of being a facilitator, a background manager, a connector, a nudger, a Jedi, amongst other Jedi on the council. Now, don't get me wrong. Audience building still has a very, very important place and a very real place in the world, because it's what you need when you finish a product or a service and you're ready to sell it. A community is what you need when you're busy building that product, because the quality of those interactions and those genuine and very often honest interactions is exactly what you need when you're exploring, when you're building, when you're creating. I said at the beginning that the way that people are connecting is changing. And it's changing so massively because we are all in this constant need and hunger for connection. So next time you're building something or creating a product, or you've got something meaningful to share with people, ask yourself, do I need an audience or do I need a community?